All right, let's move on then. Let's go up north.
Minnesota.
No, no. We're not even talking about them.
Who's
We're going
above?
to Toronto, baby.
Oh boy,
It's
here we go.
Toronto season. Um, really like the way that they have turned this around. I had to change a few things before we started recording because they had made some big moves right as we were preparing. But um, players in Thomas Romero, Jonathan Osorio comes back in free agency, Victor Vasquez in the reentry draft, Matt Hedges in free agency, Adama Diomande is back in MLS with Bob Bradley. Um, Raul Petreta, an outside back from Turkey, and Sean Johnson in free agency. Um, Very exciting. Like the moves that they have made just kind of give you that like, ooh, this is going to be a fun one. Um, what do they need? To me, center back. They need one more starting center back or at least center back depth. I think Hedges is a great addition. McNaughton, I think, is ready for a good year, but I think you need one more just in case he isn't. Shane O'Neill is a great center back for. Luke Singh is young and has a little bit of potential, but he wasn't great last year. Again, maybe that's the team, maybe that's the group, whatever. I do think they need one more there. They got their TAM left back, so that goes away. Um, their center mid is empty. You've got Osorio, you got Mark Anthony Kay, you got Michael Brown, and that's it. So you're going to want to go in and get a true either number six, a true number 10, if that's the way you're going to play. Um, Sorry, you've also got Victor Vasquez. My bad. Victor Vasquez is not playing any more than 60 or 1,200 minutes this season, by the way. So you definitely need more center mid depth. I like their striker options. I've been reading a lot about Jesus Jimenez not being the guy. I like him a lot. Obviously, the front three is going to look very good. It's just a matter of getting deeper. So you need a little bit more depth in the midfield, um, and a little more depth in the center back role for me. What about you?
Yeah, 100%. Having only really like three true central midfielders on the team. While granted, I think all three are definitely quality enough players. Definitely need some more depth there because if one guy goes down, then you're really struggling there in terms of who's the next guy up. Yeah, I would say they kind of checked their box on the left back spot. I would agree with you on center back. I really like the addition of Hedges, but I would like to see them get somebody else, which basically to fill the role that you had said. Like if McNaughton is not up to task, I think this team is too win now to kind of let McNaughton go through like the growing pains. I think they need someone to be the next guy up to slide right in there and be able to take this team to that championship level that they have built this team to be. Because the way that they have signed people last season and then this season, they have to be competing for championships now. So I completely agree. I think they should look for another center back and definitely some midfield depth.
Yeah, I think you make a great point there. This team was so bad for so long. They finally got good. People started buying players. They finally started making an actual team. They can't go back to the basement of the East. They just can't. They're not ready. They don't deserve it. So, um,
No, and they won't go back to the basement, but like the guys that they signed age wise, this is a win now team. Sean Johnson's 33, Hedges is 32, Insigne is 31. Um, Bradley's 35, Bernadeschi's 28, Jimenez is 29. Like this team has to win now. This isn't a team to build for the future.
yeah, that's an awesome point. Um, I've got him at a C plus here. Because of that midfield depth. I think they've done very well bringing in a starting goalkeeper that's going to hold it down, getting that left back spot sorted out. Their starting 11 is great. It's the what happens if one person goes down, one person gets called into national team duty while we're playing. What is this team going to look like if one of those midfielders or one of those center backs goes down? So they've still got work to do, but they're moving in the right direction. My guess is you're probably going to want to, your fans there are probably going to want to see a striker come in as well. I don't think they need it, but you know, they've got one. When I check, they have one DP slot left, so you could be seeing a big one here come soon.
Yeah. I got them at a B plus. I think they've had a really strong window. I love that they brought back Jonathan Osorio. I think they did really well to bring in Matt Hedges and Sean Johnson to beef up the defense and bring in guys that perform well in the league. This isn't bringing in Carlos Salcedo, who may or may not be able to transition into the league, which we obviously saw didn't work out. Um, Now you're bringing in guys who are tried and tested in this league and can do well. So I really like that they beefed up the defense with guys who are proven, and then also addressed some other spots as well with like bringing in Petretta as well in the left back spot, bringing in Dio to give some striker competition, and bringing back some veteran leadership like Victor Vasquez as well. So I still think there's a little bit of room to grow in terms of the window, like we said, with getting a couple more depth signings. But overall, I would say still a really strong window for them.
Yeah, one of the things we didn't do is talk about the players they lost because I skipped over it and missed it. Um, they lost to Chara in the expansion or the re-entry draft. Chris Mavinga's gone. Alex Bono's gone. Daniil Henry is gone. Nabello Kello is gone. Quentin Westberg's gone. Auro Jr., Luca Petrasso, Domenico Crescito retired and then signed with Roma, Genoa. Basically got himself
Something
out
like
of the
that.
contract so he can go back to Italy. Jacob Schaffelberg. So not losing a ton of massive pieces either. I mean, Mavinga was on the downswing. Bono and Westberg both weren't doing it. Daniil Henry was probably a okay one. Nabello Kello had a future, but wasn't doing it at the time. Auro Jr. was good in 2017, dropped off. Luca Petrasso had potential as a forward, not as a defender, which is where they were using him. Crescito clearly didn't want to be there, so let's get rid of him. And Schaffelberg, we've talked about him multiple times last year. So they're not really losing a ton either. They just need to go and get one or two more impact players before they're at that competing level.
Yeah, honestly, I think they lost mainly depth on their team, and I don't even think they got. I don't think they lost anybody that was like too major to like um their plan, or like I'm trying to think of the right word, like their, I guess plan is the right way I would
Yeah, their
say it.
vision. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, vision. That's a good way.